Well, hey there. Good evening, folks. It's good to see you, and it's good to be seen by you. Welcome to the channel. I'm glad everybody's here. My name is Bill Sylvie, and I am the Dungeon Delver. I know a lot of you guys probably know me already, but maybe some of you don't. Maybe some of you are just drawn here by the idea of checking out what CROM is and what can it do, and that's pretty much what this live stream is about. So anyway, um, thank you all for tuning in tonight. Ion Farmer, good to see you. How are you? I hope you are doing exceptionally well. I am just waiting for a few folks to roll in here. Now, I know if you're over on Facebook and you can't see it going live, I apologize. You know what? Give me just a second. Give me just literally a hot minute to dash over and see if I can turn on the Facebook. Live streaming on Facebook is bad. It is awful because it by default sets to private view, so it doesn't help anyone for me to put. That's why generally I don't live stream on Facebook. But I'm gonna run over there to the studio PC and see if I can make that happen. Give me just 1 second, please, and thank you. All right. Alrighty, I'm back. Yes, I was invisible for a second there. Hello, everyone. Sorry about that. If you had intended to watch this on Facebook, if you're, I don't even know why I'm saying anything to anyone on Facebook. Facebook is bad, and I'm just going to remove that, and we're never going to do Facebook streaming again. If you're on Facebook, you can, let's see. If you're on Facebook, you can come and subscribe to me on YouTube, or you can follow me over on X, but I'm not going to bother trying to do anything on Facebook anymore. Tonight was the last straw. So anyway, why am I doing a video right now? Well, I have actually gotten a good few questions about CROM, about what it is and what it can do. And I just thought I would produce something a little bit nicer, a little bit more informative, where I'm not running around and talking about the con and talking about guests and what we're doing tonight and that sort of thing. Tonight is strictly focused solely on spreading the good word about CROM, in case any of you fine folks have questions. So whether you're watching us over on X, whether you're watching us here on YouTube, I apologize that you can't watch us on Facebook. Facebook literally will not let me stream to people. It will not let my streams be public, and I don't know why. It's an awful platform, and I recommend you don't ever use it. Don't use Facebook for anything. So, rant off. Let's talk about CROM. Basically, what I want to do is I want to take new users from I just bought CROM, just got your download link, all the way up to this is in my AD&D workflow. So let's go ahead and start it up. Now, the first thing I want to tell you is you're not going to see on screen a bunch of complex stuff about installation and, oh, if you need this library and then you just change these hooks and that sort of thing. Yeah, same Camelot Gaming. Same. So basically to install CROM, open the zip file and put it in a folder that you like. That's it. That's literally how you install CROM. You take the executable and you drag it into a folder. Can you put it on your desktop? It can absolutely live on your desktop. It doesn't make registry writes. It doesn't require an internet connection. It doesn't have an install directory. Its uninstaller is you right click on it and you delete it, and then it's gone off your PC. Can you install it on a thumb drive and just take it computer to computer? Absolutely, positively. It will 100% do that. That is not a problem at all. And I need to, let's see. There we go. All right. So with that said, there are a couple of tiny setup things that I want to show to you guys. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do this. Let's see. We're going to present, because, you know, I have to push the 99 buttons. Window, present, share. Okay. And here we are at the CROM screen. This is the first thing that you will see when you start CROM, but not really. But not really. The way it's going to look is, let's see, font is what we want. Well, you guys didn't really see much of a change. The window resized, but it stayed more or less the same. But you're going to see a very small window. People have said, "Oh, I love the amber screen look that you've got. That's perfect for old school." Well, the fact is it starts in a very small window, a very, very small window. Here's how you get it looking like a VT52 amber or green screen or whatever you want. So when it launches, right click on your terminal, select properties. And the first thing you'll want to do, probably if you're not interested in, oh, I want perfect emulation, is click on the font tab. Oh, you guys can't see that. Dang it. Dang it. Okay. Well, you'll right click, you'll select properties, then you'll have the tabs option, font, layout, colors, and terminal. Click on the font tab, and under size, just select a nice good size, something that works for you. I'm going to select 24 and click OK. Now, you guys didn't see a change, much of one anyway, but I did. And then you can just come in and play with the colors all you want to. Let's see. Oh, Omega Gambit's got some good suggestions there. Set the screen color on a shortcut to CROM to 255, 190. I don't think you mean 1991. I think you maybe mean 199, 255, 199 to 000. You know what? Let's do that. Let's do that. It might be a little bit clearer. So let's, again, we'll go to properties and colors this time, and then screen text. And we'll set these to, what is that? 255, 199, 000. So 255, 199, and then 000. And then we'll click OK. And look at that. We have a lovely VT100 looking style monitor there, amber monitor. All right, and that's it. Those are your configs. Once that's done, it's saved like that forever. So let's talk about the options that you can see here. Now, I'm going to start from the top. I'm going to go all the way down through each option fully. Hello, Bolter Thrower. Good to see you. Bolter Thrower. Now, would that be like a Space Marine when he runs out of ammo? He's just like, oh, throws it. All right, so we have create a new character, guided auto create single and multi-class, random auto create single class, multi-class random auto create, Bard random auto create, dual class auto create, load a character, and quit. Now, quit is pretty much, that's how it goes. Amber 14-inch was your first monitor. You should feel right at home if you use these settings. So right here are our options. We're going to start at the top. We're going to go through this one step at a time. We're going to create a new character. Now, the one thing I want to point out, in case you're kind of curious about CROM, it's like, is this just by seat of the pants? Is, so what? It just does whatever. Guys, CROM is 100% first edition AD&D compliant. Everything you see in CROM, it's like people ask me, it's like, oh, well, why isn't this working? Why isn't that working? Because what you're thinking of isn't in the player's handbook for first edition AD&D or the Dungeon Master's Guide for first edition AD&D. It is always and forever first edition AD&D compliant, first and foremost. So let's go ahead and create a new character. And speaking to that, we then see choose your stat generation method. Method 1 is 4die6, drop lowest, arrange to taste, which is generally people's preferred method. Method 2 is 3d6 12 times, keep the highest 6. Method 3, roll 3d6 6 times for each stat, keep the highest for each. I find that's actually a pretty good method, but 2 and 3 are very hard to do at the table. And that's one of the beautiful things about CROM. You can pick the actual best method for character creation, which I think is 3. Method 4 is 3d6 for 12 sets, and then choose the best sets. And then 5 is manual entry. Maybe you don't trust random number generators all that much, or maybe you rolled a killer set of stats in front of God and everybody, and you want to use those instead of anything that CROM could give you. You got the mythic 6/18s, even though that's like a 1 in 65,535 chance or something crazy like that. And you want to manually put them in. Manual entry will let you do that. Input your strength, intelligence, wisdom, dexterity, constitution, charisma at whatever amount you want. I'm not going to demonstrate each and every one of those methods. We're just going to pick one, and we're going to create a character and go through there. So let's go ahead and select option 3. So we have some okay stats. We have strength 14, intelligence 14, wisdom 17, dexterity 12, constitution 16, charisma 17. You know what? Let's go with I really want to show it off, so we're going to do half elf. That's a good question, Joe, and we're going to come right back to that in just a few minutes. So let's go ahead and select option 4. I'm feeling half elf. Okay. And here are the advantages: 60 feet of infravision, 30% resistance to sleep and charm, detect secret doors, 1 in 6 when passing, 2 in 6 when searching, detect concealed doors, 3 in 6 chance. I've selected half elf. Now, if I'm like, oh wait, no, I want to go human, I can go back and I can do, I can hit no here and go back into the choice and select another class or another race. But we're going to stick with half elf. So we're going to say yes. Choose your gender, male or female. We're just going to do female. There's no harm. And look at all the options we have now. And I'm going to pick a really cool one because I'm feeling kind of munchkin-y. But look at all the options we have in a half elf. Half elf really is the best class, guys. So we have cleric, druid, fighter, ranger, magic user, thief, assassin, cleric ranger, cleric fighter, magic user, cleric magic user, fighter magic user, fighter thief, magic user thief, fighter magic user thief. So many options here, guys. And you know what one I want? I want cleric ranger. So we're going to do 8. We're going to do Cleric Ranger. Enter level for Cleric. We're just going to start at the beginning like we should. We're going to do Cleric level 1 and Ranger level 1. Now we have 5 weapons proficiencies. Now, I want to stop you here. If you go through and you do not pick all your weapons proficiencies, you don't know, you're not sure what you want for your weapons proficiencies, you can absolutely hit D and be done here. Hey, Boomerman Dan Webb, thank you so much for becoming a channel member. I really, really appreciate that. God bless you, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, let's go ahead and pick up some weapons, though. I mean, we're Ranger Cleric, so let's do melee. I think as a clerical, Horseman's Mace is pretty much right on the menu, so let's do 9. Now, note, it comes off the list. You have to be careful, because if you're like, well, I wanted 9 and 10, so I'll hit 9 and now I'll type 10. Things have adjusted, so you got to look. You got to look at the list. So, he's a ranger. I think a dagger is pretty much a given, and you see dagger disappeared off the list there. Let's do bastard sword. Now let's go back to subcategories, because I've got some other stuff. We have 2 more proficiencies to pick. Let's go to sticks. Let's get that quarterstaff. Let's go back. We have 1 more weapon. Actually, I kind of want to do a polearm here. And let's do a trident. Now that we're done with purchasing all of our is it bad I'm thinking Ranger Cleric is like playing Fantasy Forest Preserve comp? No, not at all. I think that's wonderful. But now that we're done with all our proficiencies, we can come in and we can buy weapons, armor, just all the stuff. Now, this is more of a D&D thing than more of a CROM thing, but you will run out of money a lot quicker than you think. Let's get our weapons first. So we'll go to weapons. And we're going to go to melee. We got to scroll up a little bit here. The melee list is very extensive. So let's see. We picked dagger. We're going to buy a dagger. We're going to buy a horseman's mace. We're going to buy a bastard sword. So we're going to go back. And we're going to get a stick. We're going to get that quarterstaff. We're going to back out. And we're going to go to pole arms. And we're going to get that trident. Number 23. And there we go. We bought all of our weapons we're proficient with. So we go back. Now we're going to get our armor. So we're going to go to armor. Let's see. I'm thinking banded mail. And we're going to do a large shield. And we're going to be done there. Now, you might have noticed helmets are not in the armor list. I do have helmets for sale. The thing was, the way the armor list is programmed, I couldn't put helmets in there and the program not freak out and try to change your armor class with a helmet. So you actually have to go into the miscellaneous equipment and items to get a helmet. Sorry about that. I'm not the most brilliant programmer in the world. If I was, this would be all like point and click, right? So here we are. Let's get a small helmet. We don't have to be ostentatious about it. Let's get a backpack. Let's get let's see. Oh, some flasks of oil for sure. 17. 3 of those. I think a 10-foot pole is in order. A couple of large pouches, one for each shoulder. 50 feet of rope, absolutely. Some iron spikes. And a tinderbox. A torch. And a water skin. Let's go ahead and do we have enough money for a horse? Let's check that. Let's go to livestock. Let's chance it. Let's get a light horse. Oof, that does not leave us a bunch of money. That was not a good purchase. All right, so let's be done. Let's go to religious items. A wooden holy symbol. Well, no, I mean we can get an iron holy symbol at this point. And tack and harness. Do I have anything I can put on my horse's back? I can get a bit and bridle, a harness, and a saddle blanket. So I'll just have to have my horse there and hang my hang my pouches on the saddlebag. Camelot Gaming says, no matter what edition I'm playing, I always take some ball bearings to be an impromptu trap. They weren't in the player's handbook, so that's going to be between you and your DM. All right, so we're done. We are done. We are donezo. We are out of money. Let's be done. Are you sure? And there's all of her gear. Check for psionics. Well, she's a half elf, so no, we don't check for psionics. So we say no. Alignment, lawful good. Actually, let's go neutral good, the goodest good. Name for your character. Oh, I don't know. Arwen, perhaps. Press enter to continue. We're going to save this to a text file that I'm going to show you guys off in just a minute. Now, here is an important part. Yes, CROM has printer support in Windows. If you're using CROM through Wine on Linux or Mac OS, I don't know that this will hook into the printer subsystem. I don't have a Mac. I don't use Wine. So I don't know what will happen if you set up a printer in Wine or set up a printer in Mac OS or in Linux and then kick this off, if it will properly trigger the printing trap. So, well, I'm going to get back to that in just a minute, Engine Joe. Your comment about encumbrance, but it's a good one. It's a cromulent comment. We're not going to print this sheet now because I don't have a printer hooked up here. But even if you have a Windows machine and you have you don't have a printer, you can do Microsoft Print to PDF and set that as your default printer and create PDFs of your character sheets. But I don't have Microsoft PDF printer as my default, so we're going to say no. Would you like to create another? Yes. All right. Now, we're going to jump to the end of our options menu here. Load a saved character. Oh, that's good to know. And you're using it through Wine, are you, Engine Joe? All right. So let's load a saved character. And I've already got a few here that I was messing around with. We're going to load Arwen. And there she is in all of her glory. Her cleric spells, her turn undead abilities, her hit points, 12, pretty good, and all of her stats. Now, right now, we're going to take a look. You use Windows. Okay. Yeah. I mean, printing through Windows on this is just great. We're going to go through all of the options here. We're going to go through all of the options, and I'm going to show you what they do, such as they pertain to this character. We'll have to jump back to this a little bit later for other character classes. So the first and most obvious one you can see down here is to level up. Well, let's do that. Let's go ahead and level up. Level up, it'll make sure that you actually wanted to do that. So we hit yes. We gain a first level spell. Our turn undead adjusts appropriately, and we get a hit point bump. We picked up 7 hit points. Look at that. That is good. That is a lot. That's well, it's 2d8 divided by 2, so it must have gotten like, 14 hit points. Or no, we started out with 12 and we went to 7. We went to start 12 to 19. So we got 14. That was really good. So that's how we level. But let's add some XP. Let's add some XP. Now, add XP to this character manually. Yes. When you have a multi-class character, CROM automatically divides over your character classes. So if I come in here and I say 8,000, it divides them accordingly. It gives you the experience point bonuses. And because of that, we can now level up these classes. Do you want to level up these classes now? So we say yes. And guess what? We are now 3rd level. 32 hit points. Yowza. It's that hit point adjustment that's really helping us out. So we did really great on hit points. And there we go. So we got enough XP to manually level the class up. But our next adventure, we encounter an undead that can drain. Why do half-elves not have the ability to gain psionics? Because they don't. Actually, in the player's handbook, I believe it says that it's up to a DM to decide whether or not races other than human can be can have that that psionic ability. So you'll have to talk to your DM. I went with human only because human only is the default in the player's handbook, and all right. So, oh no, that beautiful girl that she kissed was not a beautiful girl. It was a succubus. So she loses a level. So let's drain a level. Now I want you to watch what happens when I do this. Drain 1 level. Yes. So we lose a level of our most powerful class, which is the ranger. We don't lose a level of cleric. We lose a level of ranger. Hit points drop down slightly to 24, but the cleric levels are untouched. Now, let's say during adventuring, we come across a librum or a tome that raises wisdom. Let's change a stat. Are you sure you want to change an ability score? Yes. So wisdom goes up 1. New value for wisdom, 18. Wisdom goes up to 18. You'll note the adjustment of spells. Chance of spell failure is now 0, and magical attack adjustment is +4. Now, new alignment. Listen, doesn't matter. People think that alignment change detriments can be like good to evil. and then you suffer an obvious penalty. Changing your alignment can still have negative effects, even if you change, like, oh, I went from neutral good to chaotic good. That's still a loss of level. I went from chaotic good to neutral good. I went from neutral good to lawful good. I went from lawful good to neutral good. Even in the same axis, you will lose a level. You will lose your language. So if I go to new alignment, are you sure you want to change alignments? It's going to present me with a one axis notch to lawful good or to chaotic good. So I'm going to say no because I don't really want to damage the character. But that is what, you know what? This is an example character. Let's do new alignment. We're not going to lose Ranger. We're not going to lose Cleric. Do you want to change alignments? Yes. We can go lawful good, chaotic good, or we can go true neutral. So let's go lawful good. We lost a level. We lost a level in Ranger. We lost a level in Cleric. Spell points went down, or spell slots went down. Turn undead went down. Just like the rules. All right, let's go to money. And you're saying, but Bill, you know, how do I add money back to my character? We can do that right here. We went adventuring. We scrounged up 1,735 gold pieces. So let's go 4, add 1,735. And there we go. 1,736 gold pieces now. Now, you might see G for gems over here and think, oh, well, that means add gems. No, that is to sell gems. So let's go over to G for gems and sell gems. Enter gems or jewelry. Let's say we've got a 500 gold piece diamond. Our gold went up. 500 minus 20% would be 50, would be 400. So now we've got 2,136. It has correctly calculated for our gold pieces. Now, the newest feature that I absolutely adore in this is the equipment chart. Let's go over to equipment chart. We can come in, because who was it who was asking about this earlier? Somebody was saying something. Let me see. Oh, Camelot Gaming was talking about buying ball bearings, and I was saying, or no, I'm sorry. It was Engine Joe who said, you read a thing about using encumbrance down to the minute calculation where it is placed on the body when carried. Realistically, you won't be carrying a 10-foot pole with torches and loaded down. That's a very astute observation. Did adding gold change XP? No, it did not, Bashaker, because you might not have gotten that gold. You know, 1-to-1 gold for XP is only really if you had to struggle for it. You might have gotten that gold, you know, you dived down to a barge, sunken in a river. You won it gambling. It was donated to you by a wealthy patron. Doesn't necessarily contribute. But if it does, if that 2136 or whatever it was, you could go in, add XP, and then add the gold value to your XP on a 1-to-1 system. So here we go. You can come in here and let's say we're We're going to the forever sunlight caverns. We're not going to need a torch or a tinder box. Well, we can do this. We can do E for S for equipped stored. Get right back in the correct window. S for equipped stored, and then the number store 16. Wait, did I type that right? I'm sorry, I did that backwards. Hey, Bashaker, thank you so much for the super, my friend. I really appreciate that. That's wonderful. Thank you. Love your PFP, by the way. Top secret all the way. The only D&D game to get the Secret Service and FBI looking at Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. Sorry, I did that backwards. We're going to store equipped. So we're going to do, what was it? E and 16. And there's our torch unequipped and stored. Now we're not carrying it. And what else did I say? The tinder box. We're going to do E15. And there it is. You said something about a 10-foot pole? E11. There you go. There are those items stored away. And when you want to pick them up, you do S1. And there's our pole back in our inventory. S1. There's our tinderbox, and S1. There's our torch. What if you decide, I don't want the large shield anymore. I have a shield +1. I don't want that anymore. And I just want to get rid of it completely. You could then go DE7. Permanently drop shield large. This cannot be undone. This cannot be undone. That's right, Engine Joe. It does subtract it from your current encumbrance. This cannot be undone. So we're going to say yes. It will prompt you again. Really sure shield, large will be gone forever. Type yes to confirm. We're going to say no. We're going to keep our shield. Now, what you can do, so we've been through almost everything that you can do with the inventory. You can add an item. Item description. Let's see. Robe of blending. Weight in coins. I don't know what a robe of blending weighs. Let's say 100 coin or 10 coins, which is a pound. Quantity 1. And now we have a robe of blending. We press enter. There it is. Right on our list of items. So you guys who've been like, oh, how do I add a magic item? That's how you do it. Now the equipment section comes in, and that's how you do it. The last thing you can do is manage coins. And this is not your overall coins. This just deals with what you started with. So if you want to permanently add those, you can come in here and let's see. I'm sorry, not here, but what you can do is you can store coins here. So store coins and gold pieces. We just have one, so we're going to store one. You know, maybe you're putting these in the bank at the local town or in the city of Greyhawk, or you're burying them or whatever. They're going into a bag of holding, maybe even. So go back to equipment menu. Actually, we're gonna do that so we are properly encumbered. We're gonna add text item. 21. What was it? 2136 coins, gold pieces. Weight in coins 213. Quantity 1. Bye. And then there's 213 gold pieces. We're going to exit. Oh my, we're carrying 336 pounds of equipment. Oh, Camelot Gaming with a very important question because we are getting to that. So money, gems, equipment. The next option you're going to see, I'm gonna star this, but then I'm gonna come back to it. The next option you're going to see is Tome of Spells. This is not relevant as this character is not a magic user. Oh, where is my? There it is. Okay, this character is not a magic user. If we hit it with a non-magic user, it'll just say this character is not a magic user or illusionist. But we'll come back to that. I should have made them like a fighter magic user cleric, but all right. Begin dual class. There's nothing we can dual class with this character. So if it be only humans and half elves on the bard path may dual class. Weapon proficiency. I don't know if we have any weapons. We've gone up and down so much with this character. We've used all of our proficiency slots. So would you like to save now? We're just going to say no. Enter to return to the character sheet. Purchase just takes us back into the store. You guys have seen the store. Now, this was Camelot Gaming's question. And I'm going to turn off comments for just a second so he can see it right there. Year. And the question, has a stat for changes with aging? It does. And it does. AD&D does. And it does. So it's a little trickier with half elves because they have such longer lives. So we're going to hit Y for year. How many years pass? Half elf, let's say 60 years passed. Now, we are currently 32, which is young adult for half elf. So note the stats. Strength 14, intelligence 14, wisdom 18, dexterity 12, constitution 16, charisma 17. How many years pass? 60. Wisdom and strength have gone up. We are mature now. Wisdom and strength have gone up. Everything else has remained the same. So she is mature. Lady Arwen is mature. Mature, attractive, elven, half-elven maidens in your area want to contact you. Guys, they never do. They never do. They never ever do. Don't click on those links. At best, it's heartbreak. Alrighty, so there you go. You have. And then, of course, save. And we're going to save this to HTML because I'm going to show you the character's HTML view. Arwen. And then we quit. We quit out of this. And that takes us back to the main menu. So there's almost all the features of the worksheet menu. I stopped to talk to you guys, so that took us about 20 minutes. About 20, maybe 30 minutes to go through. Watch this. Guided auto create. Guided auto create. Character name. We're going to call her Barwin. Female. No. Half elf. Multiclass. Cleric ranger. Level 2. Save now? Yes. File name. Print. No. Enter. Done. Barwin. There you go. Do you see how fast that goes? Do you see how fast you can create a character? Guys, it's instantaneous. Imagine being at a con. You got your little laptop with you, or your Windows tablet, and somebody's like, "Hey, can I play?" Sure. Let me make you a character. Bap, 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 boom, done, and you mail it to their phone. And they're playing in 30 seconds. No hand wavy, no, you know, whatever they're playing that quick. You want to see it faster? Multi-class random auto create. Five seconds. 5 seconds. And what do we get? A halfling fighter thief 3/3. Oh, and by the way, in case you were wondering, yes, it auto populates equipment. It automatically gives them an equipment pack. Bada bing, bada boom. Darren's instant enemy evil party trying to beat your party to the treasure. Absolutely, Camelot. Yeah. Any instantly created character you create, you can load back in. The instant character creation function, I just wrapped it around the code. I did not reinvent the wheel. It literally just goes through and presses keys for you. Exit, quit. So there's random auto create for single class, multi-class random auto create, bard random auto create. How onerous is it to create a bard when you need one? It's like, oh, I gotta create a human, and I gotta level them in elf, or level them in thief, level them in fighter, and yada yada yada. Instant bards. Bard. Rabindranath. There you go. Rabindranath the Bard. Done and dusted. Instant bard creation. Instant character creation, guys. And again, let's see. Bard appropriate weapons and armor. And finally, just if you want a dual class random auto create, D, dual class. What's her name? John, human thief, magic user. Thief 7, magic user 2. Strength 17. Wow. Oh my God, look at those stats. I'm going to keep John handy. Load. John. I like this character. 31 hit points. Thief 7, magic user 2. Oh, and that brings us to an interesting place. I don't agree with you, Engine Joe, but fortunately, you can use that option or not. By the way, guys, could I get a thumbs up from everybody? I know a lot of you guys are watching. We've got 11 watching over on YouTube and 48 of you watching over on X. So if you're watching over on YouTube, give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please come over here to YouTube and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. It would be super helpful. So there you go. Oh, Tome of Spells. So we can add a spell. He doesn't start with any spells because he's moved over into magic user. Whoops. A1. And now you start adding spells here. You'd come in and you do read magic. That's a standard magic user. Enter. So let's add another one. Level 1, right. Add another one. Let's see. Level 2. You can't cast level 2 spells yet, but you may scribe them into your spell book. Knock. Then we're done. That's how you manage your spell book, guys. Stephen Kennedy, good to see you. Boomerman Dan Webb, that is correct. $25 direct to my address there, bsylvie@gmail.com. Now, this auto spellbook creation has always been in there. And in fact, I will show that to you guys in just a second. So let's quit out. Let's do random auto create single class. That is not what I wanted. Bilbo. No, we're not going to bother with Bilbo because he's chaotic evil. Bilbo Baggins, chaotic evil. He was for a minute when Frodo showed him the ring in the Lord of the Rings. Let's just do guided real quick. Guided, character name Merlin, male, use psionics. Yes. Single class, magic user. Level 10. Here is the result of doing psionics. It will ask you to pick your modes. Psionic blast, mind thrust, ego whip, psychic crush, defense methods, tower of iron will, thought shield. Save to text, yes. Don't print, enter, load, Merlin. And there we go. Now let's go to Tome of Spells. And there's our spell book already populated. Wadi the half-orc fighter assassin. You could do it. You could absolutely do that. There literally, oh, my character died. Well, crap, what do I do? Just a moment. 5 seconds later, I emailed you your character sheet. Now, let me show you guys. I'm going to go over there. And unfortunately, I have to do this. It's silly that I have to stop sharing, then come through, and so on and etc. All right. So let's open Arwen up as a character. This is our ranger we were working on earlier. And we're going to add this. Please don't judge my saves and my tabs in my browser. I beg of you. Don't look at me. I'm just kidding. Here's our ranger. Remember our lovely ranger? There's our money. All that wonderful stuff. Lawful good, priest, scout, cleric, ranger, 2/2. Requisite number of XP. Shows our saving throws, our turn abilities, our ranger abilities. Clearly I need to I need to adjust that. -2, 2 hit, 2 hit, 2 hit, 2 hit. Little printing error there. That may just be in the rendering engine. But all of the equipment present and accounted for. Damage it does. But there you have it, guys. CROM is the ultimate character generation utility. Character, what's the word I'm looking for? Character curation utility. Track your character from level 1 to level 30. Is not just about generating a character, just, oh, I need a character in a hurry. How many times have players come back to you and said, I don't know how many hit points you gave. They've got no excuse. Whether you want to buy CROM for everyone at the table, which can be expensive, I get it. or whether you just want to have CROM and just be like, I'm just updating your characters, guys, as we go. And then part of your weekly drudgery is to hop into CROM and spend 5 minutes adding XP. You can do that. You can do it. And then you just give them the updated text files. They don't even have to have CROM. But if they do purchase CROM, you can send them the JSON file and their character, and they can load it into CROM and manipulate it themselves. Just keep your eyes on them. I did put a lot of work in this, and I'll tell you guys a little bit about the genesis of it. I've wanted something like this for a long time. The closest thing to this you're going to find in the wild, as far as I don't have to screw around with, with DOSBox or anything, and I'll get to that in a minute, is of course the character generator in Dragon's Foot. It's the closest thing to this, and it's miles away. I have lapped the character generator on Dragon's Foot. It is a full 3 laps down compared to what I have here. What I have here is better than anything else you can get. The next closest to it is the AD&D Dungeon Master Assistant Volume 2 Characters and Treasures. It doesn't let you level the character. The best you can do is print the character out or snapshot it. Or first of all, you've got to get it working through some kind of emulator, because unless you have a DOS machine nearby, it doesn't run on any form of Windows, any form of 64-bit Windows. It will run on 32-bit Windows through VDM, the virtual DOS machine, but you really want to run a 32-bit unsupported copy of Windows? You don't. So you got to set up DOSBox, or you have to set up an Apple emulator, or an Amiga emulator, or an FM Towns emulator, or a PC 98 emulator, or whatever, an Atari ST, a Commodore 64, an Atari 8-bit. You have to set up an emulator, then you have to get it running, and then hope that the emulator doesn't go down and take all your work with it. Oh, thank you, Boomerman. Thank you so much. Boomerman Dan with the purchase. I appreciate that, my friend. But there is nothing near to what CROM can do, because CROM can level your character. CROM can manage your character spellbooks, your character's inventories. That's all stuff that you can't do with the Dungeon Master's Assistant. You can kind of jankily sort of fumble through it and sort of maybe make it work, but then you still have to find a copy. So yeah, it's, just a huge pain in the keister. CROM takes all of that drudgery away. Somebody comes to you and says, I want to play AD&D. Cool, here's a player's handbook. And that's true of any form of D&D. That's not me slagging AD&D. You know what, Dan Webb, let's see here. And I think, Dan, yes, it is. All right, Dan, let's do this. Hang on a second. I'm going to do this live. Let's see. Dan, here's the download link to CROM. Thank you for your purchase. All right, and just got to grab that link real quick. Now, guys, I'm going to ask you a favor. I'm a small developer. Please don't pirate my software. Please. Obviously, I can't stop you, but please, if you, I mean, you know, if you make a character for one person who comes to your game, that's fine. But if your players are all like, oh, we want to do this and manage our characters ourselves, send them my way. Send them my way. In fact, you know what? I will do. I will do a site discount. If you have more than 4 players who want this, $5 off every seat. Just please don't pirate it. That's all I ask. Yes. Now, one thing is, Rob Turner asked, we have, where did it go? Do I have it? Do I have one over here? I do not. I do not have the thumb drive version over here right now. I have a thumb drive version of CROM. It is the latest version of CROM. It comes on a thumb drive. It is $35, not $25. And CROM is totally portable. You can just have it live on the thumb drive. You don't have to have it installed. I'm going to grab one and open the little envelope it came in. Hang on a second. But Rob, if you email me, just PayPal me 35 and send me your mailing address and I'll get it mailed out to you. This is a limited edition number of these that I have available right now, guys. So hold on. Is it over here? No, it's over here. It's missing. Michael Dale made these absolutely awesome things. RPG Gen Exile, welcome. RPG Gen Exile, have you got your copy of CROM yet, my friend? Have you supercharged your AD&D games? So, let me see. Get this open. Come on. It's taking its time. Yeah, Michael Dale designed this gorgeous logo for CROM and then got flash drives made up. So let me do this. Let's go to Cam 3. There's the top of my head. So that is a flash drive with the CROM logo on it. If you want a physical copy. And I want to see, let's see, I don't know what that's plugged into. Do I have any free plugs up here? Yes, I do. Let's see how big this thumb drive is. And it does, in fact, light up. It does, in fact, light up. This is yeah, this is a very, 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 very small thumb drive. It's 128 megs, which I know sounds completely absurd, but guys, the CROM files are small. That's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of characters for CROM. You'll put it on. I don't blame you. I don't blame you, dude. That's right. For the Emperor. I love Space Hulk. I do. I'm not a GW fan. Yeah, but these are just little tiny little promotional thumb drives. But again, thousands and thousands of characters on the CROM thumb drive. Very nice ATST. Oh yeah, you were looking up there. Hang on. Yeah, I bought that when I was a kid. I bought that with some allowance. So yeah. I love how the lighting on this crappy web camera is so much better than my Studio 4K, which you guys normally look at me on. Yeah, this is 4K, and I don't know what's going on with the lighting. It's not part of the thing. Part of the lighting issue is I have to have I have a fisheye lens on that camera, and I have a polarizing filter on it. And the polarizing filter basically is a shade. So that's kind of where we're at. But anyway, so jump live there. So with that said, we've been going for an hour. Is there anyone who would like to purchase a copy of CROM, but you still have questions about it? I want to jump back to a question earlier that Engine Joe had. He said, would CROM run on Android? I don't know. You know what? We're going to find out right now. We're going to find out right now. All right. Okay. Right now, no. So the only way to get CROM running on non-native OSs is to use Wine. And unfortunately, Wine on Android is almost useless. You have to run ARM processor designed applications, which there are next to none. So no. Rob, I think I saw that. Let me double check. Thinking of using CROM initially to play some Hyperborea. Now, Dan, you understand that CROM is first edition AD&D. Are you playing Hyperborea with the AD&D rules? Is that what you're doing? And here's why I ask. I haven't dug deep enough into By the way, Hyperborea is glorious. It is fantastic. I cannot recommend it strongly enough. But I do not know how AD&D compatible stuff in Hyperborea is. So that is the only, you may have to massage things a little bit once you create your characters, is what I'm saying. Hyperborea. Okay. All right. Then you're fine. Oh, and there is something I want to address. This is a little unpleasant. Not like incredibly unpleasant, like it makes me sad and angry kind of unpleasant, but it is what it is. And I feel like I have to tell you guys this. CROM is frozen. CROM will never change. I am not adding anything else to CROM. I am not adding Dragonlance support. I'm not adding second edition AD&D support. I'm not going to open CROM up for public development. I'm not going to release the source code. It's not going on GitHub. I'm not going to release an SDK for CROM. There's no easy way to plug in custom characters or races or spells. The closest you can get is to go in and edit the JSON file if you are knowledgeable pursuant to that. And that's it's not because I don't care about you guys. It's not because I don't want you to have nice things. Where do I draw the line? If I say Unearthed Arcana, people will ask me about Oriental Adventures. If I say Oriental Adventures, people will ask me about Dragonlance Adventures. If I say Dragonlance Adventures, people ask me about the Manual of the Plains. If I say Manual of the Plains, people will ask me about the Wilderness Survival Guide. If I say the Wilderness Survival Guide, people will ask me about the Dungeoneer Survival Guide. And if I say that, they'll ask me about Forgotten Realms. And if I say Forgotten Realms, they'll ask me about Dark Sun. And then well, no, I don't think Dark Sun was 4-1E, but then they'll start asking me about all the classes in the Strategic Review and the Dragon and Dragon Magazine, and then a way to create customs, and I'll drown. It'll never stop. CROM from a user endpoint is bulletproof. From a coding endpoint, it's awful. Look, I was goaded into doing this in Python. I started writing CROM in QB64. If you don't know what QB64 is, it is quick basic. And it's not basic like Visual Basic. Visual Basic, the words basic in that, or the word basic in Visual Basic, was a lie. It is not. Basic has a specific meaning in programming. Beginners, all-purpose, symbolic instruction code. Visual Basic was not for beginners. Visual Basic was skull-thumpingly, bone-screechingly frustrating to try and learn to use, and I gave up on it. Don't ever come at me and say Visual Basic is easy. Or for that matter, Python. Because I let people goad me into coding CROM in Python. And by the time I looked around, I was sternum deep in the mire. And I could have thrown it all out and started back over with QB64, or I could just press ahead. And night after night after night after night of beating my head against the keyboard, of trying to make it work, of dragging myself through the Python language, which I was forgetting as I was learning it. It was just ChatGPT and Grok that were keeping me sane, answering my questions about how to do stuff. I finally made it work. There's stuff in there that I don't know how works. I can tell you right now off the top of my head, if anybody challenges me, I can tell you how to do 3D6 down the line in BASIC. I can type it live in the chat, and you can take it, copy, paste it, put it into a BASIC interpreter. It will run. And that's what I should have done with CROM. Would CROM be out now? Maybe not. Maybe I'd still be working on functions. So as far as, hey, will you open it up? Hey, will you give me the source code? Hey, will you allow custom functions here? Hey, will you allow custom classes there? Hey, will you change it for second edition? No, I can't. They'll have to haul me off to a laughing academy if I dig into the code again and start trying to make it do more than what it already does. From a usability and user standpoint, again, guys, it's rock solid. If you go inside, it is a nightmare of support struts and cables and 2x4s and rebar welded to pig iron, welded to steel, buried in sacrete with epoxy sprayed on it. So CROM is done. CROM is finished. Unless somebody finds a world-ending edge case bug in CROM that just makes stuff fall down and catch fire, I ain't doing anything else with CROM. Buy it, enjoy it. If it does have an egregious bug in it, like something that is absolutely just AD&D rules broken, then that's it. Recon, you're waiting for the app for CROM. Did I not get you a copy? Did you pay for a copy of CROM and I didn't get it to you, Recon? Please tell me I didn't do that. I'll remedy that right now, right this second, right this minute. Now Rob Turner did mention something earlier. He wants me to get on with the DM Toolkit Familiar. I am writing Familiar right now. Oh. Okay. All right. Sorry, brother. Sorry. Don't send me money. Don't ask how you can pay for this. Don't ask how you can get first in line. CROM grew up with fixes going out. There's a lot of people whose first touch of CROM was 1.5 S2 or something like that, and I thought it was fine, and then I found some pretty egregious errors in it, and I had to start sending out regular bug fixes because the fixes to the egregious errors broke things that I found out. So that's how we wound up with CROM 1.9. But as far as what comes next, Familiar, in case you're wondering, is the first edition AD&D dungeon. It's not an acronym, by the way, if you're trying to figure out. It just, first edition happens to start with an F, and so does Familiar. It's a first edition AD&D Dungeon Master's Guide automated. Generate. And a good chunk of the monster manual too. Generate encounters, generate treasures, generate NPCs, create terrains, towns, cities, what have you. All of the campaign world stuff in the Dungeon Master's Guide. You love the Bard random auto create. Isn't that cool? I want a Bard. Done. I love the random auto create tool, man. I just, when that worked, Mrs. the Dungeon Delver can tell you, like, I was bouncing all over the house when that thing finally worked and wasn't crashing. Because it was so simple at the end of the day. I was just like, how am I going to, wait a minute, wrap it in, just wrap it around the code and then point at the wrapper with menu options. It took me like half a day to do. But yeah, Familiar will do everything. I'm even thinking of adding into Familiar a Dungeon Master's logging feature. So you know how Gary says you grade your players? I'm thinking of adding that. I mean, the program won't decide. You'll put in the ESFP and then enter the number of sessions, and it will, it will give you the grade, and then it'll give you how much it will cost. You guys want that? Would you guys like that in there? But to go back to the programming, I am writing. Yes, I am writing Familiar in BASIC with line numbers and go-tos and go-subs and if-thens, and for I equals next I, and X equals integer, open parens, random, open parens, number, close parens, times 1, close parens, plus 1, print X. Well, I mean, that's how it is in the Dungeon Master's Guide. That's the thing is, and I'm not calling anybody out, and I'm not naming names, but somebody like when 1.5 S2 went out, somebody was like, "Hey, this isn't working. This should be working," and I was like, yeah, exactly, Recon. And it was too much for me. It would be too much for me from a programmer standpoint. But that is the one thing I come back to. If you're wondering why there's no Dwarven Fighter Cleric option in CROM, it's because you can't be a Fighter Cleric Dwarf in first edition AD&D. Oh yeah, but my Uncle Tom let us do that when we played D&D back in the 80s. Well, Uncle Tom wasn't doing it by the book, and CROM is by the book. When in doubt, grab the. People are like, "Oh, you ought to do a user's manual." I have a user, or you have a user's manual already. It's a first edition AD&D player's handbook. You silly. Oh man, what can I be X? Does it say you can in the player handbook? No, then you can't. It's all on display in the player's handbook, guys. It's all right there. That is your heavy user manual. Like I was going to go and commission a bunch of artists to do like user manuals and stuff for me for CROM. And I would still love to do it, not on my budget right now. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's CROM. In a nutshell, it is the most complete first edition AD&D character creation utility ever made. Ever. It is better than the Dungeon Master's Assistant software that was released in the 1980s. It is better than the web-facing AD&D character creators you might find out there. It is infinitely superior to all of them. It is the best first edition AD&D character utility ever created. People have come to me and said, "Well, you know, I just did that on Google Sheets. I have a Google Sheet. Cool. Where is it? Let me see it." Crickets. Oh, I wrote something like that back on my TRS-80 Model 2. Saved it on 8-inch floppies back in the day. I wrote that in Pascal on that machine. Cool. You still using it today? You still running it? Can anybody else use it? Is it helpful for the OSR community at large? No? If I have any regrets about it, it's its portability. I wish I had a Mac to code it on. I wish I was a regular enough Linux user, but it runs through Wine on Linux and it runs through Wine on a Mac. And people, let me explain something. Let me show you something. This would be impossible to do on a phone. Maybe you could do it on a big tablet, but you're not going to navigate this on a phone. You're going to be pinch, zooming, and panning and trying to input with your keyboard. And you're trying to read that, you know, you tilt your phone and then it flips the other way. This isn't a phone app. This is a PC app. Am I open to desired features for familiar? If your desire is in the Dungeon Master's Guide, I will get to it, or the Monster Manual. I will get to those. One thing I can tell you that is going to be open with familiar is I will allow for custom monsters. I will publish with Familiar. I will publish the format. It's just going to be simple CSV and an instruction sheet like, hey, here's how you make a monster entry. And you can load that monster into Familiar and create encounters with that monster. So if it's something that's in the rules, Rob, and you're concerned that I might miss it, or you want to know that it's going to be in there, absolutely, I want to hear from you. If it's something you saw in Dragon Magazine, or you've always just done at your table because, gosh, it makes sense. No. And I mean, I'm not going to say that like I'm better than house rules at all. You'll note that the weapons, even though they list damage, don't have the weapon versus AC type. I would like custom monsters and encounter wandering monster tables. Custom monsters, yes. Custom encounter tables, maybe. The whole thing, when it's done, we'll have to see where I'm at to allow something like that. Again, I'm going for a very bare metal on AD&D style here. It's not ideal for using the version is, yeah. I mean, this is for AD&D 1E rules grogs only. Or if you know you're going to be in a regular AD&D game, even if you're not running it, and you're like, I can really track my character with this, then yeah, it's good for that. But yeah, I mean, if you're running something as exotic as a homebrew of 1st to 5th edition, no, CROM and Familiar are not going to be for you. And I'm, somebody asked me even like, could I use this for basic D&D? Have you got like basic D&D stuff in here? And the salesman in me could say, yeah, absolutely. Just ignore the AD&D stuff that's in there and it'll work fine. And no, I told that person, I was like, it'll generate a character if you want to do 3d6 down the line manually and then put it in and then ignore all that stuff. But that's a lot of ignore for $25. Are you sure you want to do that? I mean, hey, I'm not going to turn anybody away. If you're like, look, shut up and take my money. Absolutely. There you go. Enjoy. But anyway, guys, that's CROM. I hope that you will want to buy a copy. Physical copies are available. Again, they come on a little flash drive. You can have portable CROM right there. Take it to conventions with you. Otherwise, guys, that concludes it for me. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I live stream regularly Monday to Friday. Usually start in the evenings. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays are 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock. Monday is usually 6 or 7 to 8:30. Right in there. I start Mondays a little bit earlier, so FYI. Please do click the subscribe button, click the bell icon for notifications. Will CROM have the owl bear? CROM won't have the owl bear, but I can tell you this, and I can guarantee you, if you get Familiar when it comes out, Familiar will absolutely have the owl bear. Peace. God bless. I'll see you later.
Have you seen my owl bear? Here's to all the weirdos everywhere in the woods and in the air. Have you seen my owl bear? Should I shave off all my hair? Bobs are all around. Some live in tunnels underground. Some are fat, some are rich, some are sleeping in a ditch. Can you ride a crooked horse without a saddle way off course? naked as a toad, all the way to Smoky Joe's. Have you seen the little creep driving fast in his little green Jeep? He smells like fish and brandy, but his rotten teeth look dandy. Take me to the show, I don't care if fast or slow. From action flicks to dancing dicks, just take me to the show.